You probably think you know everything there is to know about Star Wars, but you're wrong. This weekend brings a brand new prequel that introduces us to young Han, Lando, and Chewy. To help celebrate the release of Solo, we're going to take a look back at a game that forces you to question everything you think you know about the original trilogy. Turn back now if you don't want to know what happens next, because today we're going to spoil the story and endings found in Star Wars Rebel Assault on the Sega CD. This is Game Over, the early years. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to join the Rebel Alliance and destroy the Death Star? More importantly, do you have a thing for flying through low-res clips of full-motion terrain? If so, then let me introduce you to the 1993 Star Wars spin-off Rebel Assault. It stars an unnamed pilot that everybody calls Rookie One, as either he or she flies through all of the biggest moments from A New Hope. They're basically the Forrest Gump of the Star Wars universe. We're told at the top that this is a period of civil war and the Galactic Empire has a stranglehold on the galaxy. But good news comes in the form of a small rebel victory that showed people far and wide that it's possible to resist Darth Vader. This inspires a new generation of young pilots to join the Rebel Alliance and take the fight to the Galactic Empire. You play one of those young recruits as they train for combat by flying through a mountain range on Tatooine, and then avoiding disaster in a nearby asteroid field. And all of this is going on at the same time that Darth Vader is in hot pursuit of Princess Leia and the stolen plans for the Death Star. But R2-D2 has a special mission to escape to Tatooine and keep the fight alive. This is where the events from the movie first intersect with Rookie One. Now that the Empire is in hot pursuit of R2-D2 and C-3PO, our young rebel recruit is forced to jump in an X-Wing and make sure those two robots get down to Tatooine safely. Unfortunately, a few TIE fighters get through and blow up the rebels' base, setting up an exciting shootout. This leads straight to a chase through the asteroid field, because they already created the assets and they might as well use them again. The good news is that the Galactic Empire believes that they destroyed all the rebel fighters. The bad news is that Darth Vader isn't so sure, so our trip to Hoth will involve dodging a whole bunch of enemy fire as we're trying to take down the AT-AT walkers. This legitimately exciting moment is followed by a series of annoying missions where we jump out of our ship and fight the Empire on foot. This part is so bad.
An analysis of the plans provided by Princess Leia has demonstrated a weakness in the battle station. You're required to maneuver straight down this trench and skim the surface to this point. The target area is only 2 meters wide. A precise hit will start a chain reaction that should destroy the station.
The Death Star will enter this system within 3 hours. To prepare for its arrival, we will run a series of training exercises. Split up into your assigned squadrons. May the Force be with you.
So now that the rebels have the secret plans to the Death Star, it's time to take the fight to the Empire. The plan is to join the Blue Squadron team and destroy the Death Star by shooting a missile straight into the exhaust port. It's a risky plan that's only made tougher when some of the squadron is shot down and the guy ahead of you misses his target. It's all up to the rookie to swoop in and save the day. So let's just pause right here. There are 2 possible outcomes for Rebel Assault, so the pressure is definitely on. I'm first going to show you what happens if you miss.
The destruction of Yavin left the Alliance helpless against the ruthless power of the Empire. The Death Star continued to extinguish rebel bases throughout the galaxy, and the Alliance was defeated.
Now that we see how bad things can be, let's rewind a bit and see what happens when we actually make that incredible shot. Here's what happens next.
The defeat of the Death Star was a major conquest for the Rebel Alliance. For the Rebels had proven themselves a force to be reckoned with. For the moment, victory was theirs.
You have defeated me, this time.
You did it! You destroyed the Death Star and saved the galaxy. That's right, you did it. Rookie 1. Not that Luke Skywalker kid, you're the true hero. This is, of course, not canon. But from what I can tell, it's only the endings that differ from the movie. The rest of the game does a good job of seeing the various plot points from a different perspective, even if it's a nightmare to play and kinda hard to look at. This ending speeds through the celebration, and it isn't as satisfying as I would have liked, but it's also the best part of the game. Actually, no, I'm wrong. The best thing about this game is this bit at the end with the logo. More companies should play with their logos like this. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Game Over, the early years. So here's the question of the day. What's your favorite Star Wars game? I hate to be boring and predictable, but I think I'd have to go with the first Knights of the Old Republic. In fact, it's probably my favorite piece of Star Wars fiction, regardless of medium. Let me hear your picks in the comments below. So if you liked this episode of Game Over, then you may want to know that we post new episodes every Monday. We've been on the schedule since February, and we've only taken 2 weeks off. We'll be back next week with another topical ending. In the meantime, I strongly recommend you click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.